Hello YouTube, this is E.B. Hughes the First, coming to you today to present a video of fail. But first, I love vampires. I love vampires. I think they're freaking cool. They're bloodsuckers, they can turn into a bat, they have super strength, and then they explode under the sun. Or at least I did like vampires, until one little book series came along and made sure that, over 1,000 years of literature and fiction and religious studies meant nothing. I'm talking about Twilight, okay? So now I'm gonna do this video called F.U. Stephen King by Nuttymadame, whatever. So, yeah. Whoa, someone needs a diet.
So, Stephen King thinks it's okay to bash Stephenie Meyer.
Yeah, I do it all the time.
Her in public because he's not getting any limelight, whereas Twilight.
No, I think you got it the other way around.
Well, I don't think that's okay. I'm
gonna tell us why,
and I'm going to explain exactly why Stephen King needs to go and fuck off.
Because you're a fangirl.
Okay. Point number one. This is what Stephen King has been saying about Stephenie Meyer. I'm going to read straight from the article on Hollywood.com, which I'm also going to post a link to in the video, in the sidebar. That way.
Other way.
I don't know. One of those ways.
Very professional.
Okay. King didn't mince his words. Both Rowling and Meyer, they're speaking directly to young people, he said.
Yep.
The real difference is that Joe Rowling is a terrific writer and Meyer can't write worth a darn.
No argument here.
Stephenie Meyer can't write. Well, I think around about 18 million people disagree, because that's how many copies her books have sold. Okay?
You forgot the people who bought, all the books and hated them,
so much
or maybe, the fact that some belonged to libraries. I had a friend, he had one of the books and he burned it.
Attention, in general. The movie, the books, the merchandise, everything about Twilight has generated so much more attention than, as far as I can remember, any of your books ever did.
Because Stephen King does not succumb to commercialism.
Personally, I don't like them. I can't ever get past the third page without boring myself silly. Some people.
Well, that's what it was like with Twilight.
Not a problem. Just don't start fucking shouting your mouth off to me about it, because I don't care.
Well, we don't care about you.
How dare Stephen King start in on Stephenie Meyer just because he wants a piece of the limelight? Because
you do realize we're talking about Stephen King here.
Other than to try and get a little bit of the limelight that Twilight has generated on himself.
Not much limelight compared to one of Stephen King's books.
Because he will never be able to write a book as good as Twilight generated.
Minus 1408, Cell, couple others.
Twilight. This whole video is off the top of my head, okay? Because
I could see that.
I'm trying to just say what I think without it being scripted. I want to just get it all out.
Stick to writing, please.
But Stephen King says he does understand the appeal of the apparently crappy series. Again,
Sucks.
Bullshit, it's not crap, it's fucking amazing. Amazing
I
fucking book.
object!
People are attracted by this is another quote, people are attracted by the stories, by the pace, and in the case of Stephenie Meyer, it's very clear that she's writing to a whole generation of girls and opening up a kind of safe joining of love and sex in those books.
A vampire
it's
fetish.
And thrilling, and not particularly threatening because it's not overtly sexual. So as far as Stephen King feels and can tell and thinks, as far as I can tell from this, the reason that he thinks Twilight is so successful with the age group that it is successful with, which is teenage girls,
is because it's softcore porn.
Teenage girls in general, is because it covers sexual topics without going too far into detail.
Good job, Stephen King.
What's gonna happen? It lets you. I don't know how to say what I want to say.
Stick to writing, lady.
It broaches those subjects. It broaches.
Pronounce stuff right.
Is right. It takes those subjects and it tackles them in a way that makes young girls not feel threatened by reading the books.
I feel threatened when I read the books.
And not feel like they have to go and do those things, because it's not about that. Edward isn't a pervert. He's not a paedophile, and Bella isn't a slut.
Au contraire.
The reason Edward goes into Bella's room at night and watches her sleep is because he can't sleep. He wants to see what it's like. He's fascinated.
With her vagina!
There's nothing sexual about it. The only sexual thing about their relationship is the fact that they can't have sex. And it's that anticipation that I believe should always be there.
Yeah, you know, you were suckered in too by the whole sex fantasy thing.
Much. Another quote. A lot of the physical side of it is conveyed in things like the vampire will touch her forearm or run a hand over her skin.
But there's no biting, which makes Twilight very, very lame.
That's a shorthand for the feelings that they're not ready to deal with yet. Yeah, to a certain extent, I agree with that.
Okay, so what's this video for?
Popular with that age group is partly to do with the fact that it can talk about those subjects and in such a way that doesn't threaten the girls.
Like your mom. Get what I'm
saying? Seriously, Stephen King. I don't know how he thinks it's okay to do this. I mean, not only does he have a nose like a fucking skeleton, but
Declaration of Independence?
No. Okay, that's not fair. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. There's no point in attacking him over appearance because that's just not fair. But
so what's this video for?
How dare he say this? Obviously, he thinks that his books are so good that gives him the right to criticize Stephenie Meyer to the extent.
Yeah, it kind of does.
He's not just criticizing her; he's attacking her in a very non-professional way.
I don't know. The writing is professional. I mean, we are talking about Stephen freaking King.
He thinks he's better than Stephenie Meyer, and therefore
no
he thinks he has
objection.
The right to talk about her in this way. Number one, he is not better. He will never be better. He is.
I think you got it backwards, lady.
And exactly the same as in almost every single way, but differently.
Wait, did you just call the?
Stephenie Meyer's books appeal to a very different audience than Stephen King's books ever did, and probably
a much smaller audience.
Because they're not aimed at the same audience, and that's why I don't think
you're going back and forth here.
You have to be a certain kind of person to understand the Twilight books, and you have to be able to
someone with a vampire fetish.
Too seriously, because they're not intended for that. They're fantasy. They're a wild fantasy that you want your life to be, but you know it's never going to happen.
You are just like bouncing back and forth. You're just proving yourself wrong.
Horror, as far as I know. I don't know. I can't read them because they're boring.
Same with Twilight. And now for a moment of silence.
Stephen King, you need to go and fuck off, okay? Your opinion is not welcome when it comes to the Twilight books. If you have nothing constructive to say, don't say anything at all. And you clearly don't have anything constructive to say, because when you try and talk about Stephenie Meyer, all you do is attack her and act like you're above her. FYI,
he is?
Not. If anything, she's a hell of a lot better than you. I know I just contradicted myself, and I don't care, because personally I believe that Stephenie Meyer is the best writer in the world.
Hold on. Did you just call Stephenie Meyer the best writer in the world? She is nuts!
You're above her. FYI, you're not. If anything, she's a hell of a lot better than you.
Wow, it took you that long to say that.
Personally, I believe that Stephenie Meyer is the best writer in the world, okay? My opinion. Don't like it, fuck off.
No, you...
Jesus Christ, this makes me angry.
Jesus Christ, this makes me laugh.
Okay, I'm gonna go now because I'm really angry. I've said my piece, and you can send messages and you can bitch at me and say that I don't like haters, but I'm hating on Stephen King, and I'm not hating on Stephen King. I'm simply...
Yeah, you are.
...retaliating, and there's nothing wrong with that, because think of it as defense. I'm going to defend Stephenie Meyer with everything that I've got, because I believe that she needs to be defended. I believe that she deserves it. Not because I believe that it's necessary, but believe I want to. I want to stand up for her.
Because you're a fan girl.
But deal with that how you want to. Yeah. Stephen King, fuck you.